turn taking. Any conversation involves turn taking. So the end of the speaker's turn and the beginning of the next frequently latch on to each other with almost perfect precision and split-second timing. So it's very surprising and very interesting that all the people, while they are engaged in any conversation, they know that when they have to stop and when it is turn for the next to continue. So it's very natural, and we always have these turn taking in the conversations. So speakers somehow know exactly when and where to enter. So when we are engaged in conversation, we know when we have to enter and when we have to stop talking and when it's the turn of the next speaker. So we have signals for this turn ending. Obviously, we do have some intonation for this as a signal to turn ending. So, but however, sometimes there are overlaps that when still somebody is talking and we cut him or her and introduce something. Obviously, there is some significance for this overlapping. Generally, when the speaker feels that what is said is not correct and he feels some annoyance or he has some urgency about the topic, or he wants something to be corrected which has been said. So all these can be the possibilities when we overlap the turn with the in a conversation. So pauses between turns also have particular meaning. So obviously, when we are talking, we have pauses. They also have meanings. We are reflective. We are thinking about something. We are giving times to other, or we are taking times to think of. So they are also have their own significance. So conversation analysis tries to describe how people make turns and under what circumstances they overlap turns or pause between them. So as just have been told, why people overlap. So the conversation analysis try to understand all these features. Why people taking turn, one thing, why they are overlapping, two, and why they have pause. So they try to understand what actually it is or what is involved in doing all these things. So turn taking mechanism vary between cultures and between languages. So turn taking is not same in all cultures and in all languages. Maybe in some language, if you overlap, it may create annoyance to a greater degree than in other culture. So the turn taking practice is or this custom is different in different cultures. So we have to understand that what is the exact habit of turn taking in a culture. Efficient turn taking also involves factors which are not linguistics. Obviously, when we take turn, the factor for the turn taking are more than the linguistics, more than the in which the language is involved. Maybe we are under the influence of some personality, some power. We may have some role differences in a conversation. So efficient turn taking involves a lot of factors. Then they are thought generally, or then they are thought simply of being linguistic. So other few things that are very important in turn taking is that we also give signals through eye contact, through our body position that we are going to stop or we want to enter the conversation, and the movement and the gaze, the longer gazes or the shorter gazes also gives a message for the turn taking or stop talking. So intonation and the volume of the voice, when we bring it down and we bring it higher. So all these things are more than the linguistic element of the conversation, which also create room for turn taking. The relevant status of the speakers or the role which one of them is playing are also important. For example, we know that in any society, there is the difference of roles among the people who are engaged in conversation. Sometime, if the teacher has started talking, the student will simply stop talking. So they will give respect to their teacher. So this is also due to the status of the speaker. In formal situation, roles can clearly give people special rights. So there is no doubt that in a formal situation, people have right? But it's not only the formal situation in which people have right. Sometimes it's also in the informal situation when people get this right, which society has given them. So in conversation where, according to our definition, unequal power is suspended. So where all are equal, even then in such a situation, there is a difference of role that exists in every situation. For example, if a teacher talks, right, or if in a court of law the judge speaks, the student or the audience or the people in the court will fall silent. So student falls silent when the professor speak in the bar as well as the seminar. So though in conversation there is no power of one speaker over the other, even then in informal situation too we have this aspect that the status does work it, and people on the basis of the status of the participant either talk or either keep silent in the presence of the superior status.